Hi there, gorgeous! Hope you're having a fabulous start to your day. In today's video, I am testing out a bunch of makeup I've never tried before. Some of these are brand new products. Others are ones that I've seen or had and just have never used. So I wanted to do a video compiling my first impressions of all of these, showing you an up-close application, experiencing them with me as we go, and then I've also conducted a thorough wear test at the end of the video so you can see how the products perform, and we'll find out if there's anything here worth getting or not. First product I have to test out that I've never used before comes from the brand Private Society Cosmetics, and this is their, what is it called? Smoke Show eyeshadow palette. Isn't that beautiful? A lot of cool tones in this palette, which is nice to see for a change. Now, this was sent to me as part of PR, so I do want to let you know that up front, but my opinions are my own, regardless of if the makeup was free or whether I purchased it. I mean, free makeup does not buy an opinion here. Taking that shade Bombshell at the end. Ooh, it's gorgeous. I'm hoping this comes across on the lids as great as it looked in the pan. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Ooh. Well, it's a little darker than I expected it to be. I honestly thought it was going to be a little lighter. Still pretty and sparkly. Ooh, I think I've already told you before, I get distracted by shiny things. Taking the shade 50 Shades. Clever. Very clever. I am taking a little bit of that and I'm going to apply it up in the crease. This is going to be a very smoky eye. My goodness. Well, it's dark. I don't know if I want to go this dark. I'm just not feeling it. I think I want to change the colors a little bit. Hey, I could cut this part out of the video, but I'm not going to. This happens a lot more than you might think it does. I just don't ever really put it in videos, but I am human and I make mistakes. This was a mistake. Let's try this again. I'm taking Lingerie from the top of the palette up here. It's a beautiful bright gold. And I'm applying that to the inner half of the lid. Beautiful color. Next shade I'm taking is Hot to Trot, which is a very warm brown. It is. I'm applying this into the crease. Excellent, excellent color payoff. The mattes in this palette are really, really nice to work with. And they're so easy to blend out too. Next shade I'm taking from this palette is the one called Troublemaker down here at the bottom. It is a matte dark blue. I'm first going to apply that to this little blank spot that I have on the outer third of the lid. And I'm going to change my brush. I'm going to go with my flat brush, the MAC 239, and apply this like that. So blend it in between the gold color on the lid and the brown transition shade we used in the crease. Lately I've been taking a departure from traditional eyeliner, pens, liquids, that type of stuff, and sticking with eyeshadow for a more smoky appearance. So I'm taking the black eyeshadow called Knockout at the bottom of the palette here, and I'm simply going to use that to line the upper lash line and smudge it a little bit too. For the brows, this is a product that Benefit sent to me last year, I want to say. I don't know, I've just been holding on to it for whatever reason, never used it, so I thought this would be a great video to do so. This is their Brow Cream Gel Brow. Shade that I'm using is number 3. Comes a little jar like that. When you pop out the top, it has a little brush. I'm not going to use that because, yeah, these typically, they're not that good. Now I see why I haven't ever used it. I can't even open it. What the heck? Okay, if I ever do get into this stuff, I can honestly say I don't like the packaging. Finally, there's literally a Google search on how to open Brow. So it's not just me. What the heck, they give us a little brush in here, let's use it. So this is what the pot looks like. It was really easy to apply. Very, very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. This is one that, It's a bit dark on me, so I'm going to attempt to brush it through a little bit after I've got this a nipple. What is wrong with me today? Initial. That's what I meant to say. The initial application. The nipple. Okay, and then I'm going to take my spoolie and brush through. Sometimes it helps to lighten a brow product for me. Although it's not too bad, honestly, now that I have it on. That is really pretty. It's actually quite nice in terms of color. I like the application with it. I just couldn't open the jar. I also have a new mascara to try. This is one from L'Oreal. It's their Bambi eye mascara, and I was interested in trying it since I love their Lash Paradise so much. I do not have lashes of my own on top. I'm just going to warn you now. So I'm really going to be testing this mascara later on in the video on my lower lashes. That to me is where I get the most brain fart. Noticeable results. There we go. Oh my gosh. I didn't sleep last night, in case you can tell. I was on newborn duty. Oh, goodness. So far, I like the formula. It's very easy to apply. It is a more wet mascara from what I can see so far. And like I said, I'm going to apply it to my lower lashes at the end. Lashes that I'm wearing today are from my lash line, Inky Minky Lashes, in the style Authentic. They are back in stock. Yay! For those who are waiting, I know we were out of stock for a little while, but we did just get them in today, so they are available. If you're interested, I'll have them linked for you below. Next product I have to try out is a new one from Hourglass. This is their Vanish Airbrush Concealer, and the shade that I picked up is Creme. It appeared to be a match in store, but you know how Sephora is. I mean, sometimes it's a match, sometimes it isn't, and we'll find out. The lighting in their stores is so deceptive. I feel like they do that on purpose, don't you? I mean, sometimes I'll try out products in the store and I think, oh, it looks beautiful, and then I get home and I'm like, what? In what universe did I think that was attractive? One thing I do know about this concealer from testing it in the store is that it is extremely pigmented. It's crazy. Just watch. Only a small amount, I'm pretty sure, is all I'm going to need. I'm going to start with this amount because is good in terms of coverage from what I could tell. And the woman who was my lady who helped me at checkout was raving about it. She said that they obviously give it to the Sephora employees to try for free. She said it was wonderful and it didn't crease on her. It lasted all day and the coverage was exceptional. And I couldn't even tell she was wearing makeup. So, I mean, that is how good that was. Like, yeah, okay. Even with that tiny amount, I feel like the coverage is gorgeous already. I'm going to apply just a smidge more. That's it. It's pretty. You can see the difference from this eye to this eye. You know I need it. Oh, goodness. Coverage is absolutely beautiful. What a transformation in my under eye area. I also picked up a new foundation to try. New year, new foundation. Had to try something different. And this one is from Laura Mercier. I really enjoyed her tinted moisturizer last year, and that guy is next to near being gone at this point. So I wanted to try one of her foundations. The one that I picked up is the Flawless Fusion, and this is a medium to full coverage, so you can build it depending on your preference. Shade that I'm testing out here is 1N1 Creme, and this does claim to have a matte finish, which is what I wanted, but I didn't want something that was too full coverage. This is yellow. My goodness, is yellow. I don't remember it being yellow like this in the store. You know what? I think I got the wrong shade. I meant to pick up 1C1 Cameo because that's what I am in her tinted moisturizer. Ugh. Well, we'll see. Let's roll with it, okay? We'll see. I'm going to blend it in. It may not be so bad. At least it's at the fair end of the spectrum. I think what happened was the makeup wasn't organized the way that it should have been in the display, because I know for a fact I grabbed for the Cameo color. I just think this one was misplaced accidentally. You know, though, it's not bad. It really isn't. It's a match, pretty much. I'm not seeing any difference between my face and my neck, which is really nice to see. Alright, well, I'll use the MAC 128 brush. I haven't used this one in a while, so We'll see how this side does. I always like to apply a foundation with a sponge on one side and then a brush on the other to see if there's a difference in the wear time and the application also. Both sides look good to me. Personal opinion, I like the sponge a little bit better, but I do feel like you get fuller coverage when you use a brush. So, pros and cons. Aha! I'm glad I looked. Somebody was playing in my bronzers the other day, and he used this brush to play with. And it's happened to me before in videos where I didn't check my brushes before I went to put my makeup on, and then I had big streaks of black or brown. So yeah. I'm glad I saw that. I'm setting my face with the Coty Airspun translucent powder. Going back and applying that Bambi eye mascara on my lower lashes before I move forward to the face. We'll see how this stuff really works. Well, it adds a lot of length. I don't know about volume, but length, it does a beautiful job of that. It's easy to make a mistake with, as you can see under this eye, because it is such a wet formula. So I'm going to let that dry for a little bit, and then I'll brush it away a little bit later. For the face, I have another product to try out from Private Society. This is their Secret Admirer blush palette. It's huge. You get 8 blushes total. And I'm thinking for this look, I'm going to try this one right here. I really love peaches. Just swipe that. Ooh, hello. My gosh. Pigment City, hello. And blend. Fair girl problems, am I right? Last product I have to test out is one from Huda Beauty's line. This is her liquid matte lipstick in the shade Wifey. I'll show you what it looks like in a swatch. That's as far as I've seen is the color. I've not tried it on my lips yet, so it's got a very strong scent. Like coffee mixed with candy. It's interesting. Ooh, and it's tingly on the lips. Oh, I don't know if I like that. I hope that's the product and I'm not having an allergic reaction. It does dry down fully matte too. Not yet, but I'm sure eventually it will. So far, I like everything that I tried for the most part. I feel like I struggled a little bit with the eyeshadow palette. Some of the shades in there did not apply as I had expected them to, and they don't come across as they look in the pan. So that was the only product out of everything here so far that was kind of a disappointment. And you didn't get to see it off camera because I didn't add it to the footage, but I went through a couple more looks after I wiped off the first one before reaching this one. So, On the day I tested these, I wore everything for a total of 11 hours, and this is what my face looked like at the end of the day. And I'll go through each product one by one to break them down for you, starting with the eyeshadow palette from Private Society Cosmetics. This was very reminiscent to me of the Urban Decay Smoky palette. Naked Smoky, I think? Yes. In the kinds of shades that you get. It was a very dark palette, but kind of deceptive, I felt like, too, because the eyeshadows came off much darker once you applied them on your eyes. And I truthfully struggled with creating a combination with this palette that I liked. And usually when I have about 4 attempts and I'm not seeing progress, that makes me not really like a palette. And so while the quality is really good and it wouldn't turn me off from trying more of their eyeshadows in the future, I did not care for this palette personally for the color shades. It's just a personal opinion. In terms of the eyebrow product from Benefit, love! I don't know why this thing was sitting here all this time, but this is such a wonderful product. It's so easy to apply, lasted all day, didn't budge. Highly recommend this one. For the Hourglass concealer, love, 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 love. Need I say more? It looked beautiful under my eyes by the end of the day. It didn't move, didn't crease. New favorite, the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. Now this is one that I didn't think it was going to match on first application. Turns out it looked okay, and even when I went out in the sunlight later that day, I didn't notice a huge difference. And what I did forget to tell you for the wear test that I just showed you, and I'll show it to you again so you can get an idea of how everything held up truly. I went to my first spin class back after having my son in December. I just got cleared to exercise again, so I went spinning. I was so excited. Burned 500 calories my first night. I was like, woo! Anyway, sweated up a storm, and my face was fully intact after that intense workout. Now, you know, if I burned 500 calories in 45 minutes, I was doing some serious work. And the fact that this foundation, and the concealer for that matter, held up to sweat dripping down my face says everything. So I was very impressed with how the Laura Mercier foundation did hold up through that. For the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick, this one surprisingly lasted really well all day too, even through eating and drinking. It didn't feel like it dried out my lips by the end of the night, and I did like the color of this one, so this was a pretty good product, and I would go back and look at more of the shades in this line if I were interested in doing that. The Secret Admirer blush palette from Private Society Cosmetics. Really happy with this one. I love the color payoff with these. A little bit goes a very long way, and it's a great arrangement of shades. So there were a lot of winners here, and I was happy with a good majority of everything I tested out. And if you're interested in any of these, I will have them listed and linked below for you. I have to tell you, I was really amazed at how easy it was for me to bounce back into my spinning class like I did after this birth, as opposed to my previous births with Jet and Gia. It was, I don't know what it is. It's other people I've talked to too who've had third children have said the same thing, that for some reason it's easier after the third child to get back into things like exercise than the first two. Maybe it's because I'm chasing them around all the time. I don't know. But it was like I had never stopped spinning. I thought I was going to be out of breath. I thought I wasn't going to be able to keep up. But no, it was like... So, needless to say, I am really motivated. And I'm excited to get myself back in shape. Happy to be at the 6-week postpartum mark. Yes! Anyway, I'm going to start filming my weight loss vlogs also that I promised, so beginning to work on those also. But I want to say thank you so much for being here, for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.